it's not very likely that you've been paying any attention to what's happening at the Trimet executive level, but in a unheard of action, all of the administrators, every single person got another 3% increase, and this is on top of the 3% they got 2 years ago when they cut service, raised fares, but they just happened to hide a raise for themselves in the middle of all that. Got away with that completely. Well, in this latest budget, they've also given themselves another 3% raise, and 3% adds up when you're already making a six-figure income. And we all know these executives are never happy with their salaries. They always want more. It's an artificial market created by the transit executives themselves. The market's created by them. Okay, you see people like Michael Ford getting $200,000, and I knew him. You know there's something wrong with the transit executive market. It's a phony market. There's no free market theory at all there. This is all government-funded executive positions. Anyway, we're going to see Bethel question these increases, and so let's listen to this conversation because it's kind of funny.
Is there comments?
Yeah, I have a question. It's just more of a concern to find out in the merit increase process. I think there was like 440 or so employees that were that were eligible for this, and just a little over 400 received merit increases, and so there was a small gap of 20 or 30 who did not receive more.
That's some interesting information because there's 430 people that are not union. All 430 of those people are desk jockeys. Okay, they're not the non-union personnel. Do not participate in providing actual service to the public. They're all managers. So we know there's 430 of them, and 400 got the so-called merit increase. All 400 were doing such a great job that they got their merit increase. You see, this what I'm trying to get at is here. He's trying to call this a merit increase. It's bullshit because everybody got it, and you're trying to tell me everybody did a great job. I think you know better than that if you've watched anything that's going on with Trimet lately. The reliability of the system is at an all-time low. So they're not all doing a good job. They're doing a shitty job, but they're getting these so-called merit increases.
And it just raises a concern with me is that if those employees, and I know all the time we don't have employees who deserve by merit, but my heart kind of goes out for the ones who did not, because it's been such a long time. And so the question comes down.
His heart goes out to the ones that didn't because it's been such a long time. Yeah, a whole 2 years. A whole 2 years. My heart goes out to you, says Bethel. Bethel is one of the leading apologists who participates in multiple phony discussions where he brings up issues just to pretend that he actually has some kind of objection or something. I mean, that's one of his main roles, is to pretend that he's being a watchdog here. Nothing he does ever leads to any action, by the way, of any official. All of it is window dressing.
Is what is Trimet doing, particularly in HR or through the department head, where there is an employee who did not get a merit, to help them improve and kind of put them on an improvement track so that whenever the next time this come up, they may be eligible for that. I just don't want to see them left there. You know, if you're the 20 who did not, of 440, it does have an effect on your morale in terms of how you work, and if there isn't something that's a positive being pushed up. I appreciate the other extra work that was done to make sure that things were, you know, on level with no biases or anything like that or discrimination, but I think it would be worth looking into the why of that small group and how to help them move forward to be eligible the next time.
Perhaps I can give a very brief response, but I think that would be actually a great topic to come back on, a briefing topic in the near term. But in general, what we actually do is put employees on an improvement plan and actually try to spell out quite methodically what the employee needs to do to improve their performance and improve their rating. And again, that's, to me, really a very key part of this overall evaluation process to sort of move everybody to the highest performance that they're capable of. So that is part of the process. I would also note that some of those that didn't receive an increase weren't eligible in some regard because perhaps they were hired after a certain threshold date, and so if they're a brand new employee, they weren't eligible, or relatively new employee, they weren't eligible for an increase. So what I can't tell you is the number that fall into that category versus those that simply received no increase at all. But we can get back to Oh, okay. So I covered the whole situation. 100% of those employees were hired after a certain time threshold, so they weren't eligible for the increase.
There you have it, folks. Bullshit piled so high, it goes above the ceiling in there. Every single management employee got a so-called merit increase, except the ones that were hired too late to get it. It's like, oh, everybody, here we go. We got a ton of taxpayer money here. We're going to get our chunk while we can. And every single one of you is doing a great job. Doesn't matter, the system's a piece of shit. It's falling down. It's not reliable anymore. Everybody's doing a great job. The shit that comes out of that Trimet board is really... You can understand why I can't watch them, because it's such bullshit. Such bullshit over there.
That's right, we're going to teach you how to get paid with absolutely no money down. Right. I'm with it's the Iceman, chillin'. Yo, our secret to success is right here in our new little booklet, How to Make More Money Without Using Your Money. Right, well, you ask, whose money should I use? Well, who got more money than they know what to do with? The government.